Abate.
Abate.
Abate thy hours.
And fury shall abate.
I have unleashed a raging shitstorm of epic proportions on the board of trustees of that pissant school that will not abate until those girls seek enrollment elsewhere.
I say there's never been a better time or occasion to abate the French pride.
That will abate it.
减少，减轻。
Abbey.
Abbey.
Not least those heathens at Buford Abbey.
Now, you will pack your things this minute and return to the Abbey. She said she missed her life at the Abbey too much.
But no one is permitted to enter the Abbey library, other than myself and my assistant.
The money like you have, or the Downton Abbey old world advice, but I know how to have a good time.
大修道院。
Aberration.
Aberration.
A monstrous aberration of nature.
It was an aberration.
I'm just another paradigm of said aberration.
It's an aberration I've performed before.
Of course, Mr. Ferguson is to be congratulated on having once saved the woman's life, when in a previous fit of aberration she threw herself into the bay.
离开正路。
Abhor.
Abhor.
If there's anything that I abhor, is the sloppy tucker in her.
But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor.
I abhor the use of violence.
I absolutely abhor death.
If I learned one thing in the desert, is to abhor waste.
憎恶。
Abhorrent.
Abhorrent.
He will become abhorrent to human sight.
The Lieutenant Governor finds moral indiscretion in his officers abhorrent.
The very idea is abhorrent.
Don't lie, abhorrent tyrant! To leave office before my term is completed is abhorrent to every instinct in my body.
令人憎恨的。
Ablaze.
Ablaze.
Sun whose rays are all ablaze with ever-living glory.
I can take him out in the car, and when we get to a very lonely spot, knock him on the head with a hammer, pour gasoline over him and over the car, and set the whole thing ablaze.
It seems all ablaze.
Let's set the wagons ablaze and have Duke and his beloved steed jump through the flames, sail through the air, and land right into a close-up to save the settlers.
Windows ablaze.
着火的，着火。
Abnormality.
Abnormality.
I always thought your abnormality was a myth.
I deal with abnormality every single day.
If you're right, there'd be an abnormality on the pancreas.
There's no sign of concussion, no brain tumor, no temporal lobe epilepsy, no indication of organic abnormality whatsoever.
We all have abnormality in common.
反常。
Abode.
Abode.
This, gentlemen, is the elegant abode of one Elwood Blues.
Welcome aboard my humble abode.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Welcome to our humble abode, madame.
Will the lovers be meeting at the sitar player's humble abode scene?
住所。
Abominable.
Abominable. Don't you see, that's exactly what makes it so abominable. That they should take these high and noble motives and twist them to their own foul ends.
Loch Ness, Bigfoot, the abominable snowman.
Now, aside from the abominable, business goes on as usual.
Perhaps you should get a wardrobe, you abominable twat.
You abominable! Yeah, that's me, the abominable snowman.
讨厌的。
Aboriginal.
Aboriginal.
Aboriginal cannibal dogs in the area, you know.
Donna Randolph with a borderline personality, lesbian aboriginal.
However, a small population of savage aboriginal dogs have been scavenging the metropolitan dumping grounds for nearly a decade.
I remember because one of the Jarwin Rangers taught us the local word for saltwater crocodile, and then this boy yells out, "Hey Lauren, why don't you speak Aboriginal?"
I'm hearing more Aboriginal percussionists, and I want an army of didgeridoos.
原始的，土著居民。
Abound.
Abound.
Museums, missions, archaeological ruins abound.
Nevertheless, about him, the questions abound.
Rumors abound in the streets about your powers.
Rumors abound on Capitol Hill that there were other.
Where wines and cakes abound, the skills of verse are found.
大量存在。
Abrasion.
Abrasion.
And that explains the abrasion on your palm!
Silica-based quartz sand fabric. Abrasion resistant, heat resistant.
That's what you slipped in! That's what was on your shoe! And that explains the abrasion on your palm! The abrasion on the palm of your left hand is a type 1 sustains, breaking a fall of 3 to 5 feet.
You have a slight epidermal abrasion on your forearm.
摩擦。
Abscess.
Abscess.
An abscess in your brain, fucking.
Because when you cut into an abscess, what do you find?
It is an abscess.
It's not an abscess, is it?
That is the work of an untreated abscess.
脓肿，形成脓肿。
Abscond.
Abscond.
All we need to do is sit and relax and wait for a clutching hooded fiend to abscond with our imitation heiress.
Yeah.
The houses of those who abscond are plundered and burned, their cattle drove, their ploughs and other tackle destroyed.
Blowing it could give you precious seconds to abscond with your lives.
Sick! Posse financed the operation for me to abscond the jewel, which is worth $250 million. Take drugs or abscond with the little boy in body number 3.
潜逃。
Absenteeism.
Absenteeism.
Absenteeism in law enforcement is nearing 25%, according to reports.
I feel I must warn you, Cooper, that we cannot tolerate this kind of absenteeism amongst our junior staff.
It's cut down on absenteeism, and we had a wonderful time doing it.
The cartoon or Her Majesty's absenteeism?
With your constant absenteeism?
经常无故缺席。
Absolution.
Absolution.
Do you have any understanding what absolution is?
Given absolution in one glorious belief.
Is it for absolution?
Like absolution, and that's something I'm neither willing nor in a position to grant.
Real as the air is fresh, spreading hope and absolution to fellow travelers of the road.
免罪。
Abstain.
Abstain.
But you can only abstain from so many.
I think all of us should make a pact to abstain from sex.
Level 1 instructs women to abstain from men altogether, so they'll stop thinking that the pleasures experienced during the sex act are related to love.
No one may abstain.
To abstain from all distilled fermented malt liquors, including wine, beer, and cider.
自制。
Abstinence.
Abstinence.
Abstinence poses no difficulty for the college-age male.
By exercising conscious self-control and total abstinence from knocking the boots.
Did you know that most unwanted teenage pregnancies are the result of expecting abstinence?
So, as you guys know, I have taken the abstinence pledge.
This is, of course, a time of abstinence. Hopefully also a time of reflection.
节制。
Abyss.
Abyss.
Here I am, because my jaunt into the abyss brought me nothing more.
I am General Anko Apis, leader of Union.
It was utterly dark in the abyss before my feet.
Some Czech Republic abyss.
The abyss of eternal loneliness?
深渊。
Academia.
Academia.
Academia is more my scene.
And yet you're here at Milton Valley, the jack-off booth of academia.
You didn't wait 10 years looking on the taint of academia to get permission to start pushing the boundaries of science.
Too sexy for academia.
学术界。
Accelerator.
Accelerator.
Use the accelerator.
Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Hit the accelerator.
To loosen the lock ring and nut assembly that holds the accelerator linkage rods together, a special tool would be needed, several in fact.
Your father's magnetic particle accelerator, the Atom Project, had just gone online.
加速剂。
Accentuate.
Accentuate.
The cravat's supposed to point down to accentuate the genitals.
Accentuate the positive.
If I had one, I'd wear a t-shirt 2 sizes too small to accentuate it.
If you said my shoulders, I would dress to accentuate.
Why do you want to trust somebody whose tie points out to accentuate his ears?
以重音念。
Acceptability.
Acceptability.
Animals are fine, but their acceptability is limited.
Netball was derived from basketball, but pulled in all those ideas about the acceptability of women's bodies.
The central provisions are that homosexuality must not be promoted in state schools, and it outlaws teaching the acceptability of homosexuality as a pretended family.
There are degrees of acceptability, sir.
Today's rad count will stay well within the Linear Valley Regulatory Authority green zone of acceptability.
可接受。
Accession.
Accession.
Agree also to accession.
I trust such with your accession.
I agree to proceed by accession.
The Court of Oyez and Termine and General Jail Delivery, the Court of Quarter Session of the Peace here holding this day.
We can only proceed by accession.
到达，登记入册。
Acclaim.
Acclaim.
And it is in that spirit that we're gathered here tonight to acclaim and wish Godspeed to Senator Jefferson Smith.
I do not hesitate to acclaim you the most valuable man yet to enter the field of science.
I've arranged terpsichore, Chinese, Japanese, everybody wash your knees for pantomime, burlesque and a ballet for many a season, always to great acclaim.
To extol and to acclaim him who performed all these miraculous deeds for our fathers and for us.
We're not about the acclaim, hand-holding, dinners, or sending prostitutes to the client.
Prostitutes?
喝彩，欢呼。
Acclimatize.
Acclimatize.
It's a brilliant place to acclimatise.
No, not really. To acclimatize us to that, or even indoctrinate us to say that they are a threat.
主音。
Accolade.
Accolade.
Not the accolade you look for out your return to fucking camp.
Of course, you realize that is the greatest musical accolade to which any musician can aspire.
Paul Avery's investigation has won him the accolade of a message from the Zodiac warning, "You are doomed."
That's the highest accolade you can be paid by the skip.
Wow, an accolade from Graves. I appreciate that.
荣誉。
Accomplice.
Accomplice.
Come on, I need an accomplice.
It makes me an accomplice, and an accessory, and a better.
She wants me to be her assistant, her accomplice.
Well, that's better than not being an accomplice in my own exploitation.
You keep away from me or I'll be forced to name you in the police report as an accomplice.
共犯。
Accountability.
Accountability.
Evade accountability. Continue to thrive professionally.
Good accountability by stripes here.
Great ability comes great accountability.
Mr. Schrute, shareholders demand accountability from corporate leadership.
Now, in the days of the free market, when our country was a top industrial power, there was accountability to the stockholder.
负有责任。
Accountable.
Accountable.
It has to be held accountable.
Otherwise, she's accountable. The same as you.
So it's me that should be accountable for their actions.
Then we'll know who to hold accountable if there's a problem.
Yeah, maybe not, but that doesn't mean that I can't hold you accountable for the things that you are looking to do.
负有责任的。
Accountancy.
Accountancy.
But accountancy is quite exciting, isn't it?
Exciting!
But this is what accountancy does to people. Clear impression of the sort of person that you are, and I think I can say without fear of contradiction that the ideal job for you is accountancy.
I was in accountancy at one time.
Thanks to your interpolated accountancy class.
会计工作。
Accredit.
Accredit.
You just wouldn't accredit it.
信托。
Accreditation.
Accreditation.
Garfield's having a problem with accreditation.
The first school in the history of Los Angeles to lose its accreditation.
Today, we'll be hearing the case for accreditation for the South Harmon Institute of Technology.
We wanted to come down here and personally thank you for helping to expedite our accreditation process.
Your case for accreditation is being contested by Dean Richard Van Horn, representing Harmon College.
委派
Accuser.
Accuser.
Does he get the right to face his accuser?
She's the main accuser in your case, and you knew she was a fucking banana.
The accuser fell.
Yes, I believe I have the right to face my accuser directly.
Your accuser is Moses, on whom your hopes are set.
控诉者
Acetone.
Acetone.
Acetone. Hydrogen peroxide.
Wash with acetone and kerosene.
Maybe a nail polish remover where the acetone removes the ink that's not been printed.
Sugar, coconut, bleach, and acetone.
Turpentine, acetone, benzene.
丙酮
Achilles.
Achilles.
Kings did not pay homage to Achilles.
Learning from Achilles himself, kings would kill for the honor.
Let them say, I lived in the time of Achilles.
Mighty Achilles, silenced by a slave girl.
This is Hector, the fool who thought he killed Achilles.
阿喀琉斯
Acidic.
Acidic.
All very acidic, above the shoulders mustard shit.
I always used to put a big old rusty nail down near the roots, make the soil extra acidic.
I mean, you know, there might have been some crazed acidic motherfucker in his family.
It's pretty acidic.
They neutralize the acidic factor of the blood and they harvest what they need.
橙酸的
Acidity.
Acidity.
I remember her gay charm when she'd achieved her own way over something, and her extreme acidity when she didn't.
I'm guessing on the acidity based upon the corrosion sample.
Lemonade is nothing but acidity.
The acidity in the air is breaking down all the adhesive.
The sharp acidity of the coffee mellowing as the cups cooled.
酸性
Acne.
Acne.
Bump like acne, no doubt.
Do you know what you need, Xander, besides a year's supply of acne cream?
I had such bad acne last year that I pretty much became like an expert on the stuff.
It's the universe saying, look, remember when you were 14 and you had cystic acne and braces and you played the saxophone in the marching band and no one would invite you to the winter formal?
Luckily, I've never been cursed with acne, like others.
痤疮
Acolyte.
Acolyte.
Acolyte corporation practices are actually depleting the water table so that the local cashmere farmers don't have enough to irrigate their crops.
Believe me, my dear Alec. Fiedler is the acolyte who one day will stab the high priest in the back.
First you want to destroy me, and now you want to become my acolyte.
I told you to keep him painting, not to become his adoring little acolyte.
I was an acolyte once, you know.
士僧
Acorn.
Acorn.
Did you eat the acorn?
Squeaker.
I am the little acorn that becomes the oak.
Many of these trees were my friends, creatures I had known from nut and acorn.
The acorn does not fall very far from the tree.
There's a pack here with an acorn pointed at me!
橡树果实
Acoustic.
Acoustic.
Did Noriega have acoustic noise-canceling headphones?
Plugs in an electric guitar and he plays it like an acoustic guitar.
I said, well, I'll just come down and play some acoustic music, you know.
It'll sound better on the acoustic.
听觉的
Acquiesce.
Acquiesce.
I need to know you'll acquiesce to that.
I'm disinclined to acquiesce to your request.
If I were to acquiesce, would the reply be delivered by your own hand?
Well, you may tell the captain that I am disinclined to acquiesce to his request.
You mean acquiesce to Nazi's demands?
默许
Acquit.
Acquit.
And if you don't, you'll acquit them. If McGregor lives, you will acquit him of all he owes you.
That you will acquit yourselves honorably and with distinction.
They give the jury a couple of guys they can acquit, and so they feel better about finding the rest of us guilty.
You know that Dan and Wright ran a crooked quiz show.
无罪释放
Acreage.
Acreage.
Considering how much less acreage we have for corn, I say we'll probably...
Incidentally, Mr. Hackett has been a little optimistic about the acreage.
There's the house and land, of course, but I can't even sell any acreage until the will goes through probate.
What's the acreage here?
Why, we can contract all the bean acreage you want.
英亩数
Acrid.
Acrid.
Mars, the god of war, rejoices in the acrid redness.
So acrid, so deliciously nasty.
That smell, that awful acrid odor.
The air hung heavily, with the acrid smell of gunpowder and the stench of the dead.
苦味的
Acrimony.
Acrimony.
He would have lent it to me, but this just spares us the acrimony.
May I suggest taking a timeout from the acrimony?
This is an exercise to help couples separate with love and affection instead of acrimony.
Total acrimony.
A long history of acrimony and distrust that comes with Northern Ireland. Such an outcome is very much par for the course.
严厉
Acrobatic.
Acrobatic.
My last wife was an acrobatic dancer. You know, sort of a contortionist.
The tumbling piccolo's an acrobatic act with some circus.
United forward Danny Alsop brought his A game, scoring an acrobatic bicycle kick goal off the corner.
Yeah, because as a people, they tend to be quite tiny and very acrobatic.
You are an acrobatic angel, aren't you?
杂技演员的
Acronym.
Acronym.
A charming acronym.
Crummy acronym.
I think the acronym is hysterical.
It's an acronym. Now, IFSIP, for those of you not in the know, is an acronym.
首字母缩拼词
Activism.
Activism.
Political activism?
There's film, there's comedy, there's activism, there's all that stuff, but you can't really support yourself as an adult through babysitting, you know?
This is social activism, Bernard.
Tran claims to have been jailed for her political and environmental activism.
Yes, well, perhaps you should stick to acting instead of activism.
激进主义